What's up guys and welcome back. Unfortunately I have some bad news. I ended up having to fully reset the run and switching gear sets because my Freyja would die unfortunately, and Tarma was not being targeted enough, so led to unfortunate events. So I did fully reset. I did change the double defense with recovery rate and resistance piece and change Freyja to 2 resistance in the middles. That's about it. That's the only changes I made per gear set. But the survivability goes up crazy. And also this was taken from my stream, so there might be a bit of pausing, which I did. So I might try my best to cut it out to make this better for viewing. So there's that, just a heads up. So if there's cuts, you know why. So basically for phase 1, what we're trying to accomplish is getting a Freyja ult with a Freyja level 3 pierce and another ult, so we can do full damage, get it all the way down, and clear this phase. That's the objective. But the only thing is, you gotta go through a ton of Liz healing, and you're gonna be going through constant cycling of cards until you get to this point, so it might take a few minutes. So that's why I'm speeding up this video as well, so we save a lot of time, because just this part alone takes maybe 10 minutes, 8 maybe if you're lucky. When the boss activates his buff, any card you use in your following turn is going to be sealed for 2 turns. So I tend to at least pop a heal or a buff, preferably a buff, just because you're not going to be buffing a lot, so that's a safe play. But if not, you can do the heal. I tend to not do the heal because you might need some emergency healing, but the good thing is, even if you use your heal card, you can still use Liz's ult, even though that is sealed, the ult is not. Also, every single time he has a counter up, you can't heal, so you have to remove that counter before you're able to gain HP, because he has an infect on you while that's active, so you gotta pay close attention. Don't be afraid to burn your ults. If they stack up in your hand, you're gonna be getting them back anyway. At most, you use this, you get some lifesteal back. Why not? Don't be afraid to burn them. Right here, I'm not sure if next turn I would be able to survive the ult without the buff, so I burned the buff before, so we ended up not pulling it, so we have nothing. We gotta seal probably an attack, because we need to remove his stance that he's gonna have here now to actually be able to heal. So I'm gonna be actually sealing my attacks, so we can't attack for 2 turns just because of this move, but it should be fine, as ults just play such a huge role in this. I think right here I had such little hope that we would survive that ult and that level 2. So I just I had to throw away my stance removal card just so I can lifesteal because I was very scared of me not killing. I mean, of me dying here, so I just had to like get it away because her health was not looking the best, and I'm not sure if my Liz will heal enough, so I had to just use the single attack to lifesteal as much as I could to survive here. Also, I forgot to say, I don't have the 3 extra pieces that gives her like 8 plus lifesteal. So the extra 8% lifesteal, I don't have it. I only have base cosmetics on my Freyja, so she does not have that extra lifesteal or attack and crit chance. So there is that as well. I might think about picking them up, but I'll see. And that's my level 3 combined already. So now it's just basically get to ultimates and get to a place where I'm safe enough so I can like progress properly, because you kind of want to go through like with full health if you can. If you can't, try to have Tarmiel lower, because you don't want Freyja being targeted on the second phase. So at this point, I felt like I was comfortable enough so I could actually kill with my ults and everything. And then once I get the Liz heal, I'll be getting Tarmiel's ult, so I feel pretty comfortable going into phase 2 like this. Now for phase 2, there are a few things that I was like skeptical about, like how far should I push my removals of his stances and resistance stacks. So what I did here was basically just remove 1 stack of his resistance, and anytime he would get his like counter, I would remove that only and use ults and simple hits to chip his HP down till I can finally kill without removing a lot of his resistances and stances, so we can keep the bar pretty low and get pretty far into it. It's gonna take like a bit of patience, just chipping it down slowly, but it works decently, and you play pretty safe by doing it this route as well. Also, all those extra stuff that are in play right now, I didn't really think much about it at this time. I was basically just trying to concentrate on just getting these hits in, surviving. So all the extra stuff, and I just didn't even pay it too much mind. I just played my simple game of just chip down until we got there. So I didn't really worry about the whatever gray buffs he had. I honestly still don't know kind of what they mean, so this is how I did it. Just so you know, I didn't like go super in depth into it. So I finally get his bar to 0% while his HP is like nothing. So now it's basically just to kill. So we can heal and just finish and we're okay. So that's one thing this is what I tried to do, just get it down, make sure we don't remove too many so he doesn't get like a ton of stacks. And once we get to this point, you just simply kill and you can heal up and move on to the next stage. Now phase 3, that's where it gets pretty chill. You see, because I didn't know at the time, what I thought you had to do was hit it down to 75% every single turn. I did not know this when I started this phase. I had some bad information. I thought apparently it's a quick way to get it down, but it's not the safest way to get it down. If you can get more than basically 10%, you can go up to 10 turns and get this and you go surviving, but you don't need to do that. So as you saw there, I just reset. I burnt one ultimate, which is more than enough per turn. As long as you can do plus 10% damage, you should be safe, and you basically try to survive it out, and you can complete it this way. It's pretty safe. It's not super fast, but I could be wrong on this, so if I am, please be sure to correct me in the comments, because I might be getting some things wrong, because yeah, this was my first time completing this, so yeah, some information can be wrong, so take it with a grain of salt, please. And as far as I know, the basis of doing these caps are to get down his gray stacks that you see on the top, the kind of starry looking things. That's to get down those stacks. And once you remove all of them, you basically are able to kill. And you should be able to survive it out, I think. But he gets a ton of stats once you remove them. So ults is gonna be the way you clear this at the ending. But that's how I did it anyway. I'm not too sure on the bestest way, but that's how I did it. Cause what I basically did on this phase was just try to rotate my ults, keep certain hits at a point, and make sure I had like good health to survive the hard hits. And some things hit me by surprise, especially the rank downs. Yeah, these hit me by like such a surprise. I was like, I never expected that to be a thing, but in the end it all worked out, so it's fine. This right here, pulling that cleanse, probably saved my entire run, because just having that cleanse here to save me from all this extra damage is actually pretty huge. So it came in very clutch for once. Decent RNG. And you see basically how hard her ult is hitting at this point without basically none of the things to keep her back. So that's who you're gonna be probably gonna end this with. So, and that's how I pretty much ended. So because everyone else, their ult doesn't hit as hard as her for sure. So that's a good way. So just you survive until you have end goal. That's basically the entire play for this phase, which is pretty nice. It's not something crazy that you need. Just need some decent RNG and you can get this. Like right here, Margaret did 700,000 at 6.6, while my Freyja does 1.7 mil at 1.6. So yeah, you can tell it's a huge difference. And this is basically how I finally completed my first ever floor 3 run of Nid. Pretty awesome that I got it live. Thanks to all the guys who helped me, bro. They were a huge help because I had quite a few misunderstandings of what was happening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys and have a great day. See you in the next one. Peace.